Hey guys, my name is Dominic Flux. I'm a custom jewelry designer, and today I am joined by a 35-year veteran in the diamond industry. So today we're going to cover everything from, what you need to know as a client before buying, from like the right cut for you, the most important things, trends, treated versus untreated, all of the very basics so you can be better prepared.
Thanks for the introduction.
Yeah.
So for me, the first thing when a customer goes to a store to buy a diamond ring is to figure out their budget.
Yeah.
Go with the budget. And then I always say try to get the biggest diamond for the money. Now, of course, you'll have to compromise on the 4 cuts, on the 4 C's.
Yeah.
So I would say keep the carat weight the bigger as possible. So you can go down with the quality and you sacrifice the quality for the size.
Yeah.
But in the qualities, there's VVS, VS, and SI1, SI2. So if you get a good SI2 that is with the naked eye, you can't see the difference between a VVS and an SI2 stone. But the cut is good. The cut is very important. Then,
cut is super important.
Yes, super important, the cut, so the sparkle of the stone.
Yeah.
Then you can get a bigger stone for the money. And the other partner who receives the diamond ring, they will be happier by 99.999% with a bigger stone. Size does matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
Yes.
I get a lot of couples who come in and the boyfriend says, oh no, she doesn't care about size. Trust me, she cares.
She cares,
She doesn't
yes.
want to open that ring box and go,
Where's the diamond?
where is the diamond?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because I think also, it depends really, let's say if you buy SI2 or SI1, the inclusions can vary by stone, right? So you can have inclusions that are maybe more nicely placed, maybe more towards the girdle of the stone versus like on the table.
It's true,
right?
Yeah. Some stones can be even an SI1 but a big black carbon in the middle, which doesn't look so nice. And sometimes you get an SI2 that even looks better than an SI1 with some spread inclusion that you don't even see. And another thing very important to know, it's written on the certificate, it's about a cloud. So some stones can be an SI2, but they can be milky. They just don't sparkle.
Yeah.
So if you really want to know if your stone sparkles, ask the jeweler to compare it to another stone. Always look at 2 stones. And if you see that one of them suddenly, the paper says it's very good, but there's like no light, no fire, you stay away. It means it's a milky stone, it doesn't sparkle. So if you buy a diamond ring, always like to compare it to another one. The chances that the jeweler will have 2 milky stones are very rare, but just to compare to another stone.
Okay, and if it has milkiness, will that really lower the price quite significantly?
It will lower the price, but I would stay away from them just because the stone will look dull. There won't be the fire, there won't be the sparkle. So I would move to another stone.
Yeah, and talking about fire, I think you touched on it quickly, but I really want to stress that finding a cut, an excellent cut, you'll go so much more further than buying, let's say, a higher clarity, because that's what's really going to make your stone sparkle. It can affect the carat weight.
Absolutely. If you go with a GIS certificate, so they've got what we call the triple X: cut, polish, and symmetry.
Yes.
Yeah. So once you got those 3 XXX, but it doesn't have to be. It can be also very good, excellent. Just stay away from the good or fair. If it's a good or fair cut, stay away. But if it's excellent or very good, and there's no milky stuff, no cloud, it's a very good stone.
All right, so the second thing we're going to ask is, what are the average prices, let's say, for a 1 carat stone?
So, again, depends on the quality and the color, the 4 C's. But I guess it can go from 5,000 up to 20,000. Depends, again, on the 4 C's. And, of course, if you're looking at the colorless and the VVS and the best cut, it can be closer to 20,000. But I'm sure at $5,000, there can be also some decent stones. I mean, there is a stone for every budget. Yeah. There is a stone for everybody, yes.
Yeah, okay. And he was mentioning this off camera, but it also depends really who you're going to be buying it from, right? So if you're buying it from a high-end jeweler versus maybe more a smaller local shop, the prices can vary quite significantly. And so that's why sometimes even just doing a little shopping online can give you a pretty good idea in terms of prices and what you are ready to pay as a client.
Today buying online is very popular because, everybody's so hooked on the computers and online, which I think is a good thing. The only thing in the jewelry business, make sure that it's somebody with a very good positive feedback, that you do research before. Don't look for the cheapest guy on the online because probably there's a problem. look for the best reputation, and from there go ahead and feel comfortable.
Like customer service is super key because you're buying such a luxury item that you want to make sure that the person's going to be there for you to answer all your questions, answer your emails, and so it's really easy sometimes to just read the reviews. You'll see right away if it's a good company to work with. So in terms of the shapes, do prices vary by shape?
Yes.
Okay.
So the diamond comes in a rough shape. Mm-hmm. It always comes in kind of a double triangle.
Yeah.
So when you cut the rough to get a round stone, mm-hmm. you lose about 50% of the rough. And for the other half, you do small stones. So that's why the round is the most expensive. Mm-hmm. Now, when do you do a fancy cut? When the rough is off shape, it's not exactly that perfect triangle.
Okay.
So they want to maximize the
least amount of waste.
Exactly.
Basically.
So, for example, square stones tend to be the cheapest because they lose very little from the rough. You can save up to 70 to 80%.
Oh,
so
okay,
definitely rounds are the most expensive.
Okay.
And the other fancy cuts are also expensive, but some of them are expensive because of trend.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, ovals. Let's go to ovals. So 30 years ago, ovals were popular.
Okay.
Yeah, but 5 years ago, they just died.
Yeah.
Nobody bought ovals.
Okay.
Now suddenly, everybody wants an oval for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It takes one celebrity to wear an oval, and everybody wants oval.
Yeah, I can think of a few.
Yeah, and the same thing with the princess. Used to be very popular. Way back, like maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah. Everybody wanted a princess. Today,
nobody touches that.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to fancy cuts, I would say it's more of a trend.
Okay.
It's not that it's a new cut. They're all been in the market. Mm-hmm. It's just new marketing.
Okay.
But the round is forever.
Okay. And is there a cut that you would say is ideal for, like, let's say, maximum brilliance or maximum size for the same carat weight?
Round is always number one. Ovals look very nice also. They're nice and long. Mm-hmm. The thing with fancy cuts, they have to be cut really, really good to get the proper brilliance. There's also could be in an oval that it can be a white stone, but the edges will show different colors. Mm-hmm. But the best really look and value, in my opinion, is the round. You can never go wrong. But the other cuts are, ovals. There's today radiance. People love the radiant shape.
I love radiant.
Yeah, because
but even cushion, I feel like a cushion when it's nicely cut.
Cushion, they look smaller compared to the weight. Let's say, for example, a carat stone is 6.5 millimeter. Mm-hmm. A cushion would be 5.5 millimeter. So it does look much smaller. That's what a lot of people do with a halo.
Okay.
Small diamonds around, it looks bigger. But radiant very popular.
Oh, I love radiant.
Especially for, I would say, skinny tall woman with the long fingers, because the stone is like nice and long on their finger. Yeah. It looks really nice.
Well, any shape that's elongated, I feel gives a feminine hand. So
yes.
So there's a lot of talk on the internet that diamonds are not a good purchase, that they depreciate in value. Do you know a little bit over the years, since you've been doing this for such a long time, have you noticed that they've depreciated? Because I think they've appreciated. So
diamonds in general always goes up in value. Yeah. Now, of course, like the stock market, if you bought the stock market at the highest and there's a small crash in a year and you sell it at the crash time, then you lost. But if you wait, it always goes up. And we always had cases of people who had old diamonds, big diamonds from grandmothers, grandparents that actually passed away, and they were able to get very good money for it.
Yeah.
Way more than what they paid.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because, clients always say that, it's not worth investing because you lose a lot of money, But, even just me buying, mealy, smaller points, I used to pay, 1,100 to 1,300 a carat. Now it's up to 1,900 a carat. So it is going up, and this is within 2-3 years. So I don't think buying a diamond, I'm not saying to buy it as an investment in any way means, but when you're paying such a large amount of money, you want it to be
Look, there's
worth
no
something.
other product that you can, let's say, pay $5,000, wear it every day, and maybe in 5-10 years you want to sell it and you get your money back.
Yeah.
You can buy a car for $50,000. Okay, you drive it, you can't drive your ring, but in 10 years you get zero.
Yeah.
This is a product that you wear every day.
Yeah.
And then you just polish it and it's brand new.
No, it's crazy because like you talk about diamonds on the internet and then you will get crucified, you will get burned at the cross. Like they're so negative about it, but when you talk about buying a luxury car or a luxury purse, that's really okay. So it's like a very weird contrast.
You know what? Try to get engaged with another partner today without the ring, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Just in comparison to other, let's say, gemstones, why are diamonds valued at the price point that they are when, let's say, you have very rare stones like natural alexandrites or unheated sapphires? These are stones that are relatively rare, that fetch high price points, but are in less abundance than diamonds.
It's true, could be, but don't forget it's the Beers who started the advertisement way back that diamonds are forever.
Okay.
And to show the love for the woman. I mean, it's a very smart marketing, but today you cannot get engaged without a diamond.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of advertisement by the Beers way back, and then it's and till today.
Okay.
So they want the diamond.
It's a little bit more of like perceived value versus like actual value because of like expensive.
No, diamond is the most concentrated form of wealth in the universe. It means there's nothing else that size which is worth more money. That's it. Diamond is the number one. All the other color stones, they don't get to the value of diamonds unless it's a very rare once in a million color stone.
Yeah.
But don't forget, all color stones are being treated with heat. Diamonds, they stay natural. They get mined in the earth. It takes millions of years to form them. It's really a beauty piece from the earth that started way back, thousands of years.
On the topic of treatments, I was wondering, there are treatments like colored gemstones for diamonds. Are there some that you should really avoid?
Yes, so there is treatment that they fill up the stone with a transparent, but that thing is not forever. If let's say for example, you get a stone like that and you don't even know, sometimes let's say the ring needs repair, like the claws, like here what we're doing here, and you have to reheat to solder gold. Once that stone gets into heat, the whole system evaporates and the stone goes back to its original condition, which was a very low quality stone. Yes.
So are you talking about like lead filling, glass filling?
Yes, all these filling, yes, exactly.
Is there radiation?
There is also radiation maybe, but there's more, it's not a natural, it's a treated stone. So there's no value there. It's worth probably 20 cents on the dollar.
Wow. Okay.
There is no resale value for it because if let's say one day you want to sell your stone, it's detectable right away.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that's basically any report that you have, any GIA, IGI, like you're going to have it on there.
100%, yes. If you are buying from a jeweler that you're not aware of, make sure there is the right documentation.
Documentation, yeah.
Yes.
Because, and like you can't really fool it in the sense that if you have like a GIA report, there's going to be the engravings. All you need to do is take out your camera and zoom in on the girdle, and the engraving is also going to be on the diamond. So you know that they're going to pair up.
It's true,
yeah.
100%. But if there is a jeweler who wants to play around, they can always play around. They can show you one stone and sell you another stone. Things can happen. That's why when you buy high value items, you make sure if you do it online that it's a very respectable company. Don't take chances. Don't type cheapo diamonds.
No. Those are two words that should never go together.
Exactly.
Cheap and diamonds.
Yes.
Sometimes when you look for diamonds, there are diamonds that do not come with these certifications. Is that a red flag for you? Is it something that you should consider buying? They're often less expensive as well. I think if they don't come with a GIA.
On smaller stones, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
On bigger stones, which I would say 50 points and up, I prefer GIA.
Okay.
There is other labs like IGI, which is not bad. We stay away from other names.
Yeah, but IGI I think is less strict than
GIA.
GIA.
100%. The most strict is GIA. But again, even a stone with a GIA, it can say, let's say an Si2G color, but the stone can still be milky.
Yeah.
Even though it's a GIA. So I would say Definitely look for a GIA certificate, but look at the stone before, and if you can compare it with another stone, will be even better.
If you were to go to an appraiser to have a second certification, I think that's also something that you can do, or it doesn't replace?
Yes, it's also okay, as long as that it's an independent appraisal.
Yeah.
Which is not done by the store. It's independent.
Yeah, exactly. That's super important because you don't want to, you don't want to say like buy from me and then go and then get an appraisal by me because it's going to be biased. You really need a third party. And I think the difference between a GIA is that GIA is going to be like an evaluation of the stone. But an appraiser will really also give the evaluation, but they're also going to give the market value. So even if you have a GIA, I think it could be good for you to get an appraisal.
It has to be appraised for insurance purposes.
That's
yes,
true,
you need the appraisal. The diamond, the GI is just for the diamond itself, but the appraisal is for the diamond and the ring all together.
Yeah, replacement value if anything happens.
Exactly.
So there's a large concern about, the ethical side of diamonds. It's crazy today when any movie you watch, I feel like I always hear the reference blood diamonds, blood diamonds, blood diamonds. What are your thoughts on this?
Look, it's true that it used to be in Africa, but since the movie came out, there's called the Kimberley process.
Yeah.
And today, every diamond since the creation from the rough has to be documented, has to be certified, and there is no more blood diamonds. Everything is really controlled by the syndicate, and this is something that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
The blood diamond, it's a history. Could be that it happened in Africa, but that thing of the past.
Yeah, it's interesting because the companies who sell lab really like to push that narrative. But when I went to school for diamond grading, we learned that only 2% of diamonds on the market are blood diamonds, which is very, very rare. Like you said, we have the Kimberley Treaty, so anything coming in is going to have like origins and.
Exactly. By the way, even a lab diamond starts with a real diamond. And that real diamond starts from the same mine.
Yeah.
So, that argument completely doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I think the production of lab also takes other metals inside the production of it.
This I'm not aware, but I know it takes a lot of energy, power consumption, because they have to reheat those ovens to a crazy degrees and make a process of millions of years in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing comes for free.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a hard topic to navigate because I feel like there's a lot of wishy-washy information on the internet, and you also have to always understand like who's profiting behind these things, these articles coming out and all that. So because as a reality, like I sell both, but I make more money selling lab than I do diamond, and I think that's why a lot of people push lab.
100%. The markup of the jeweler is way higher in the lab than in the natural.
Yeah.
100%. But we personally in our company, we don't do lab.
Yeah.
There is no value there. Soon, a carat stone maybe today is about $200-300. In a year or so, it's going to be $10.
Yeah.
Because there is no cost. It's the machine. So, so doing business with a lot of stores for so many years, I just want to say one thing, that when the person is getting the diamond ring to his partner, male or female, it doesn't matter. You have to remember that diamond ring represents you in her, which means that even if you buy her a car she has to drive, but that thing on her finger shows who is the boyfriend, girlfriend, who is the one she's getting engaged. If you always see somebody with a nice ring, you say not only it's a beautiful ring, she's lucky she got a good guy. And if you see somebody with a tiny ring, look, if you don't have the budget, anything is good. But let's say if you got somebody who is very comfortable financially, and he gets his partner a tiny thing, it means he's a cheap guy.
Oh.
Yes.
For sure, 100%. It's a show of love, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a show of love to your partner.
Yeah. So make sure you go big. Moral of the story.
Yes. She'll be happy. And
course.
I guarantee she will never return because it's too big.
Yeah. Yeah. The amount of people who upgrade over the years, they never downgrade.
Never downgrade.
Yeah.
Never.
So now I thought we'd touch a little bit on lab diamond because it is something that's very prominent on the industry.
Yes.
So right off the bat, what is a lab diamond?
So again, since I don't do labs, I'm not an expert, but it starts in a tiny, tiny, tiny natural diamond, very flat. Mm-hmm. They put it in a special oven that consumes a lot of energy. They have to reheat it to thousands of degrees, basically cutting a process of millions of years in a couple of 2-3 weeks, mm-hmm. and they grow a diamond. Now, that diamond, lab created diamonds is always detectable that it's a lab grown. You can never, if you try to pass a lab as a natural, it will be found. Mm-hmm. There is a UV light, it shows the red glare, and it is detectable. You cannot hide it. It's there forever.
We, if you're curious as to what it looks like, we recently did a video with a gemologist who's an appraiser, and she actually shows some of the equipment, the behind the scenes of putting the jewelry inside this little box, and it glows vibrant red, so you know right off the bat if it's synthetic.
There's no hiding. You cannot hide it. It's there forever. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing with the lab created diamond, it's quite of a new process. We don't know how the diamond is going to look in 10, 20 years.
Okay.
We don't know. Another thing is the value. So right now, let's say 2 years ago when it started, a lab diamond, a carat was about $3,000.
Yeah.
Now it's down to about $300, and probably by next year.
a little bit more than that. But
cost. I'm not talking about retail.
Okay.
Cost about $300.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
And probably very soon it's going to be something in the $10. Like zero value. There are already some companies in India that if you order the ring from them online, they will supply you the diamonds for free. The lab diamond. Yes.
Okay, because like this is something that I say all the time, because there are so many, like I've done a lot of lab and they're always ordering, relatively expensive rings, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 rings. And so they're still spending quite a bit of money for it to be worth like absolutely nothing. And then I'm just saying, well, at that point, why don't you put a CZ?
Yeah.
Because you're leaving the office with the same no value.
The lab is the new CZ, 100%.
It's really crazy.
A lot of stores we do business.
Yeah.
We have another division that does the lab, but it's not here. That a lot of small stores in small villages, they used to have a center stone, a CZ. They couldn't afford to put a real diamond.
Yeah.
They're putting lab. Yeah, because the lab is the CZ.
The lab is the CZ.
Yeah, that's the new CZ. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it. So many people say, oh, like, yeah, but it's the real thing. It's the real thing, but it's not authentic. It's not authentic.
It's not. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, it is a luxury good, which just sounds maybe bad, but it's supposed to be unattainable. It's supposed to be, something that's like, wow, if everybody could buy it, it wouldn't be valued the same way.
Exactly. So,
it's the same thing with like a Birkin bag for like $60,000. You look at it and you go, wow, but it's totally unattainable, which.
Yeah, it's a different market. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Again, I would say it's budget. If your budget is, let's say, $2,000, for example, in a natural diamond, you will get something really small.
Yeah.
So maybe go with the lab. But if your budget is over $2,000, go with the lab. You can get a nice stones in the 50 points, 60 points for $3,000, $4,000. At least it retain the value.
Yeah.
You can do an upgrade. You can resell it one day.
Yeah.
If you get a lab and you spend $4,000 or $5,000, it's worth zero.
Yeah.
And it's worth zero the moment you paid for it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wait 2 minutes.
That's crazy to me. And a lot of people will argue, yeah, but I'm not reselling it. But that's not the point. That's not the point. You're paying a lot of money for it.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Wait and see.
I don't know. That's strange to me. And like, one thing is, a lot of people, they say, oh, I tried to resell my engagement ring. I didn't get anything for it. But you, as a buyer, would buy back if it's a good quality stone.
Sure, of course. If there's, of course, secondhand diamonds, it's a very big industry.
Yeah.
A lot of it in New York, a lot of dealers will buy secondhand diamonds. Listen, if you go to a high-end store and let's say the diamond is worth $10,000, for example, cost, and you pay $30,000 for it, you won't get your money. But if you pay $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, then you can get your money. Maybe you'll get $11,000, $12,000.
Yeah.
Just look at, for example, at the Rolex brand. Right now, Rolex is so much in demand that the second hand, some models are selling at double of the new one.
It's crazy.
So you can get a fake Rolex and Canal for $10. It looks the same. Why spend $10,000-$20,000? Get a Canal Rolex, $10, same thing. You'll be happy. Nobody can tell it's a fake. Only you know. So.
No, there's no sense of achievement. There's no.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it is. Some people will go with fake, and some people not.
Yeah.
So I put the lab diamond in the fake.
Yeah.
Would you buy a fake Prada bag or a fake? I mean, they're crazy expensive. So they're like diamonds.
Yeah.
But there is a market for second-hand bags also.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot.
A lot, yeah. And some models will sell even more than new because you can't get the new.
Yeah.
Another thing with natural diamond is the rarity. Lab diamond are just being cooked in the oven and they can get whatever you want almost.
Yeah.
Natural diamond, I mean, that's the beauty. It is what it is. It's natural. There's no added anything. So if you're looking for a specific, let's say I want a 2-carat 70, it has to be an SI, it has to be an F color, it has to be triple X, and I don't want to see the inclusion, go find a stone like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to find.
Yeah.
In a natural. But in lab, they just make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's no authenticity. They can make it in abundance.
Yes, yeah.
And you guys, I know this sounds a little bit biased. He may be more biased because he's a diamond dealer, obviously, but I sell both. Again, I make more money selling lab than natural. It's just personally, I want to address these questions because I don't believe in selling them, so I always feel bad selling them to clients.
Look, right now they say, oh, I'm not reselling it or nothing, but you know what, listen, sometimes down the future things don't materialize as you think.
Yeah, but or even you just want to give it to your kids one day.
Yeah, then the kids will find out that you were a cheapo.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, comments, obviously leave them down below. If you are interested in creating a custom diamond ring, just send me an email. My links are down below as always. Thank you again for this interview, and we'll see you next time.